Hi everyone, and welcome to my Reseller Hosting 101 course here on NameHero.com. In this video, I want to talk about what is reseller hosting and kind of give you a full definition. So it's likely that many of you watching this are already familiar with reseller hosting, but if you're not, we're going to start from square one. So even if you are familiar with it, maybe I can kind of give you a different kind of point of view. I think some of the stuff I share in this presentation will probably put a light bulb off in your head, even if you've been around the industry for quite some time. I'm going to show you, I'm going to name some people that are some large companies that are also resellers that you might not even have considered that. So let's just jump right into it, and let's discuss a definition from Wikipedia. Anytime I do a presentation, I just like to go to Wikipedia and kind of use those definitions, because since Wikipedia is open and free for everyone, it seems like people from all around the world kind of add their input, how they interpret a term. So especially with reseller hosting, I feel like it's beneficial to put it out there, kind of what it's defined as is Wikipedia. So in short, reseller hosting is a form of web hosting where the owner has the ability to use his allocated hard drive space and bandwidth to host websites on behalf of third parties. So it's basically saying that an individual, say myself, I would go and I buy an allocated amount of hard drive and bandwidth space, and then I can either use that for all my own websites, or I can resell that to other people. So, for example, my father owns a self-storage facility, small business. I could go to him and say, hey, would you like me to host your website? You can pay me $10, $20 a month, $5 a month, whatever, and I will host your self-storage website. So I'm a reseller, and I'm able to offer that service as a reseller. Someone like my father, for example, he doesn't know the first thing about web hosting. Besides, he's got to have it for his website. He knows he's got to have a website for his business. That's how he gets his. That's how he gets most of his customers come in, because they search him on Google and they find him. So my father knows he needs that, but he has no idea how to set it up. He uses WordPress, but he doesn't know much anything else outside of that. So as a reseller, I can offer this service to someone like my father and kind of simplify it for him. Now, we can go on into this a little further. The reseller purchases the host services wholesale and sells them to customers, possibly for a profit. So as a reseller, you buy space in bulk. You buy it at wholesale. So that line really resonates a lot with me, because I think that shows us a very simple definition. You're basically buying the services wholesale and then reselling them, most likely for a profit. I mean, I think that's what most resellers are in it for, is to make a profit off of it. A certain portion of hard drive space and bandwidth is allocated to the reseller account. The reseller may rent a dedicated server from a hosting company or resell shared hosting services. In the latter case, the reseller is simply given the permission to sell a certain amount of disk space and bandwidth to their own customers without renting a server from a web hosting company that they signed up for a reseller account with. So this is important, and this is something we're going to talk about in my Reseller Hosting 101 course. So if you're taking the course on NameHero.com, then go through the whole course, and then we'll talk about reselling on your own dedicated server. But for the main definition of reseller hosting, most resellers start out reselling shared hosting. So they buy a reseller hosting account, which allows them to resell shared hosting. So it's perfect for my dad's mini storage website. It's perfect for the local restaurant down the street. It's perfect for the local attorney, the local attorney that's needing a WordPress site. That's perfect for that. Now, of course, if you get a little bit bigger, then you might want to buy your own dedicated or VPS server, so that you have a little bit more freedom and flexibility. Most resellers, they start reselling shared hosting and they kind of upgrade as they go along. The main reason is because of the cost. It's much more affordable to start off with reselling shared hosting, and then you can expand your offerings as you get into it a little bit later. So that's the definition of reseller hosting. I know it has many out there, but this is kind of the most simplest definition in my opinion. And you can head over to Wikipedia if you want to print that out, or just print this slide, just so you have the definition of it and you understand that completely. Okay, now I want to talk, now that we understand what reseller hosting is, I want to talk about the benefits and why it's such a viable business opportunity. First, it's 100% white labeled. So unlike being an affiliate marketer, so we see a lot of web hosting affiliates are amongst some of the largest affiliate marketers in the world because they would simply promote a web hosting product and then they get paid a commission when someone signs up. So let's say I'm an affiliate for, say, Bluehost. I would promote Bluehost website through my link, and if my dad would sign up for Bluehost, I would get a commission, maybe $25, $30 a sale, maybe as much as $50 a sale. I don't know what they pay nowadays. But because of that, I just get paid that commission. Reseller hosting, you're actually offering the service. My dad actually is going to do business with me. He's going to pay me directly. I'm going to bill him. He pays me, and it's 100% white labeled. He doesn't even know that I'm reselling. He just knows I offer web hosting. He doesn't know I'm reselling from someone else. As far as he knows, I've got my own data center set up. He doesn't have to know that I'm a reseller. The second main benefit is reoccurring revenue. And this is why most affiliate marketers that are promoting web hosting, this is why they want to offer reseller hosting, is because it's revenue that comes in each month or each quarter or each year. Web designers, they like to offer this because after they design a customer's website, then they lose the revenue. There's nothing more. They have to keep doing more designs. So that's a major benefit, is it's recurring. It'll keep coming. Now, low cost. People like resellers because you can start for under $2 a day to get your business online. There's not much cost that goes into it. If I was to have to go buy a dedicated server or build a data center, I'm going to invest in a lot of money, right? But reselling, it's relatively low cost. So there's not this huge cost to get in there. And finally, it's long term. If my dad, he knows he needs a website, he's got to have it online all the time. As long as his business is around, he's got to have a website. So if he does, he's going to be around. As long as his site's online and going fast and he doesn't have any downtime or problems, he's going to be your customer or my customer for life. So that's the benefit of reseller hosting, is it's not a product or service that you have to continually offer something new to the customer. So if this was like a content-based business where you were maybe subscribing to content, you don't have to do that. You just have to offer a good service. Okay, I want to talk about now how it works. This is the step-by-step how reseller hosting works. Where does it even begin? Well, the first thing is you have to purchase a reseller hosting package. Now, for this definition, I'm going with that we're going to resell shared hosting. So you would have to purchase a reseller hosting package. Now, we offer these at NameHero.com. And if you stick with my course and go through all the content, you'll see I'm going to show you an instructional video of how to sign up for the package and what package you need. So if you want to jump ahead, you can go ahead and go sign up. But if not, you can wait till I record the video and publish that as well. But that's the first thing you need, is you have to sign up for your hosting package. Once you have your package, you can then provide hosting to your customers from these allocated resources. Now you have the option. You can manually set these customers up and invoice them manually. So if you use QuickBooks or SmartBooks or FreshBooks or whatever you have, you can invoice them. If you're offering them a web design, you can invoice them for the hosting, and then they pay you and you set them up manually. Or you can use software called WHMCS to automate this process, and they can sign up for your web hosting right through your website. You don't have to manually do anything, that they can go right through there. So in this course, Reseller Hosting 101, I'm going to show you how to use WHMCS to automate it, because we see most resellers, they want to do that because they want to make it very easy and simple for their customers to get signed up. Now, as I've said, customers, they're going to deal directly with you. They don't see or even know you're working with NameHero. They're not going to know that you're a reseller. They're not going to see NameHero anywhere. We don't show up on any of their services. So they're just going to be dealing with you. Because of this, you're free to run every aspect of your company, including setting your prices. You can charge whatever. Even though you buy our reseller packages for $20 a month or $40 a month, which package you buy, you can charge your customers as much as you see fit. At NameHero, we provide very, very high quality hosting. So you can offer hosting for your customers for up to $30 a month, $40 a month, whatever your market will pay, you can offer. So that's really up to you. No one knows your customers like you do. And also in this course, Reseller Hosting 101, I'm going to go into how to pick your customers and kind of what you're looking for when you're doing that. But you can charge whatever. Someone like my dad that has a self-storage facility, he's looking to pay $5-6 a month. He's not going to pay a lot for web hosting. He knows he needs a website. It's important to his business, but he's not going to use more than 500 megabytes of space, and that's probably really stretching it. He's not going to use much. He's not going to bother support. He just needs the website up and online, and that's pretty much all he needs. So basically, he's going to pay, and as long as it's online, that's all he really needs, and not a whole lot into it. But you're free to set whatever you see fit for your service. Most resellers, they don't just resell web hosting. Most add in other services. So the most popular one is domains, domain registrations and transfers, because they go hand in hand together. Obviously, if my dad is paying for web hosting, then he has his own domain, so he's going to need to renew that. I listed in here, one of the largest domain registrars, Namecheap.com, is a reseller for Enom. So they resell Enom's domains. And at NameHero, our corporate reseller package comes with a free Enom domain reseller account. So just like Namecheap offers, you can offer the same type of services. Now the pricing's maybe a little bit different than what Namecheap gets because they're so big, but you're going to get wholesale domain prices. So you can resell domain registrations like GoDaddy or like any of the other big companies out there. I believe GoDaddy even started out as a reseller. I know Google Domains was an Enom reseller as well for a while until they got their ICANN accreditation. So that's super interesting to note. So that goes hand in hand with web hosting. And again, you'll get a free domain reseller at NameHero. That comes with our corporate package, so you can integrate with that, and I think you just have to fund the account, and then you can start using it. When you're selling a domain, there's nothing that goes into it other than it's registered. But it'll be registered to Enom, but if you use WHMCS, they manage and see everything through your site. They never see Enom. They don't know that Enom's even involved. Now, other services that you can resell through your site is web design. Now, you might offer this. So we see at NameHero, most of our resellers are web developers or WordPress developers, and they're already offering website design. But I do list it in here because you can also resell that. I know at NameHero, there's been hundreds of web designers that said, okay, you can sell web design and contract it out to us, and we'll take a portion, you can take a portion, and you win. So it's a huge upsell or a cross-sell even with your services. Other things, it's SSL certificates. Now, it's important to note at NameHero, SSL is free and automatic with every account and every domain. But if you want to resell it to your customers, if you don't want to provide it to them free, then you can do that. It takes a little bit of finagling stuff, especially at NameHero, to disable that, but it is possible. Other stuff is Cloudflare. That comes free at NameHero as well, but if you want to upsell for it, you can. Some web hosts do upsell it. Search engine optimization, social media marketing. You can provide these services through other companies, meaning you can offer them through your company and then subcontract those out. You can also upsell backups or resell backups. And at NameHero, we work with dropmysite.com to where we are actually a reseller for them. So our customers, even our resellers, have the ability to purchase space from DropMySite, and they can back up their site. You can also resell dedicated IP addresses, which increase email delivery. So there's all kinds of different products and services that you can resell. You're not just limited to web hosting with your business. Now, building a long-term asset is the most attractive thing, in my opinion, to reseller hosting. Like I said at the beginning, most resellers have been affiliates for other web hosting companies, and they're ready to get a piece of long-term revenue. They want a long-term asset. So essentially with reseller hosting, that's what you're doing. A reseller hosting, I put in here, your reseller business is your business. Even though you're a reseller, it's a real business that you're starting. You're building relationships with your clients and customers that can be yours forever, for the unforeseeable future. Large companies like HostGator, even though it was sold out for hundreds of millions of dollars, seriously, they sold it for $220 million cash. It was a reseller. HostGator bought their servers from SoftLayer, and then they resold those. They divided them up to shared hosting, reseller hosting, and dedicated servers. So they were essentially at one time reselling SoftLayer servers and created this multi-$100 million business. So it's a long-term asset. It's a long-term business. And then I also mentioned here again, recurring revenue is key to sustaining long-term wealth. Me personally, I've worked on the internet going on now 19 years, so almost 20 years, 2 decades. And I've made a lot of money doing it. By far, sustaining long-term wealth has came from reoccurring revenue, customers that continue to pay you. And reoccurring can be maybe monthly, it can be quarterly, it can be every 6 months, it can be every year, it can be every 2 years, it can be every 3 years. Customers that continually pay you for a service, that's really how you build a substantial amount of wealth. Being an internet entrepreneur, I've had many different businesses. And my businesses that reoccur revenue, that's where I've really gained a lot of wealth. Because companies I've had where I just sell a product or service like a one-time, I mean, you start the day at zero and you're always banking on, well, my marketing or my business is going to grow today because of the sales I do today. If you have recurring revenue, then the more more customers you attract, the bigger your company becomes and the more assets it comes. So it's super long-term, and that's out of all of this, that's the biggest benefit to reseller hosting, in my opinion, is the recurring long-term revenue. You know each month, you know each year, kind of what you're forecasted for the next year. And this is what I've often told people. This is how I sleep at night. This is how I sleep comfortably at night, knowing what's going to be coming in. Okay, so moving forward, each chapter I do a moving forward at the end, kind of the next steps. So the next steps is to actually get your reseller package purchased. I'm going to NameHero and setting it up. I'm assuming you're going to use us at NameHero. You're free to use whoever. I'm going to provide this course for free on our website, so you can choose whoever. You don't have to just choose NameHero, but if you choose us, we are going to do the training alongside with you. But once you have your package purchased, then it's time to set up your website and your WHMCS if you choose to automate it. Now, if you're going to manually set up web hosting for people, then you don't have to do this. You can just have your reseller package set up and then you can manually do it. Most of our resellers, though, nowadays, they like to have their website and they like to have it automated to make it easy. But after that's done, you then integrate your reseller accounts with your website and WHMCS, and then you start marketing to your customers. I mean, it's really a 4-step process. Now, inside my Reseller Hosting 101 course, I'm going to go through each one of these individually so I can show you how it's done and kind of walk you through the entire process. But that's how reseller hosting, that's what it is, how it works. And now we're ready to jump into the next section of our course. If you have any questions, feel free to ask inside the portal there. There'll be an area to where you can ask questions if I'm not clear on something. Also, I'm going to have these slides to where you can print these out so you can make notes and put them on your desk so you can make sure that you're digesting all the information that we're covering. So let me know if you have any questions. Besides that, I'll see you inside of the next module.